And here we are at ArtWeb. I found ArtWeb on Twitter and was pretty excited when I started digging in and finding out some of the different features they offer for artists. So we're going to look at a couple of those features and point out the highlights. ArtWeb for buyers. ArtWeb for buyers allows buyers and viewers to discover new art really easily, which is a benefit to you gaining an audience. They also have today's feature art and more featured art. They have browse art by category: jewelry, metal, wood, ceramics, glass, photography, drawings, and a bunch of other ones. That means that they're going to draw a wider audience because they offer numerous different kinds and it's easily searchable. They also offer popular tags, and you can just click on there and you would search for that tag. Popular tags is good for you to know because if they apply to your type of creative endeavor, then you know that that's a tag that you should use because it's popular. It also offers a variety of ways to look for artists, including my favorite, the random artwork for discovering new artists. That means you could be discovered, and that's kind of nice. A website that designs websites for artists that help you to find buyers is just nothing bad about that. It's a good thing. Back on the artist tab, we have some testimonials, and I did look at the reviews as well, and they do review pretty darn well. That always makes me very happy. The rest of the ArtWeb for artists is laid out exactly like the buyer's page. And what's nice about that is if the buyer ends up on the wrong page, they're still going to be able to find featured art, today's art, and search just like they would on their own. It reduces the confusion for buyers, which is really where you want the reduction in confusion. You want to make it easy for your buyers. So let's get started. Here we can see the different plans that ArtWeb offers. Today we're going to look at the free plan, and we're going to set that one up, and we're going to do that for a couple of reasons. It's a great way to get started even if you can't invest into a monthly plan or annual plan now. The other thing is that I can do another tutorial on domain names, refining your website to look better, and analytics and things of that nature. I like to do things in steps so that you don't have to absorb the entire package at one spot in time. Sometimes that can be a little overwhelming. I'd also like to point out that ArtWeb is just fantastic on their support. I had emailed them with a question and had some different discussion going, and they have offered Wazalit members a 10% discount, which you can find on the discounts page in the membership area. And if you're not a member, maybe you might think about it after seeing what this does and saving a little bit of money, which might make the cost of the membership seem a little bit better, although it's still a pretty low cost. So let's go ahead and sign up. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it a name, or put our name in, and we're going to put an email in. And what I've done down here on my Word document is I have everything I'm going to need so that I can just copy and paste it right in and know that I've got it just down pat and right, and I don't have to worry about typos as much that way. We're going to give it a cat create name, and it's going to give us a domain or a URL of catcreate.artweb.com. In the free one, you can't choose your own dedicated domain, so we'll have it as the yourname.artweb.com. And we'll be able to, in the second tutorial and with an upgrade, make that your own if you want. But like I said, for today, we're just going to start with the free version of it and go this way. Kat's Creations, she is our spotlight artist this last week, and you can see that she does acrylic paint, and this is her Facebook page. We have that up for a reason, and we'll get back to that later. So we're going to go ahead and continue, and it's going to set up our account. And right from there, you're taken to this great screen that starts walking you through it. Select a layout, upload images, and tell us something about you. So the first thing we're going to do is select that layout. Now keep in mind that ArtWeb really walks you through every step of this. So here you can see that we have the different layouts. The only thing I'm going to tell you is a requirement is that it be a mobile friendly. Almost 40% in some reports of art is purchased through the mobile phone or that type of device. So you want to make sure that you're mobile friendly. Other than that, you can choose a style that you think looks nice or that you kind of like. Don't think that you're limited to these white backgrounds though. If we choose a style, we can see that there's options on these, and some of them have lots of options. So you can even customize your colors quite a bit. So we're going to just go with this one and choose slate because I like that darker background. I think the colors pop better against it, but that's a personal decision. If you didn't like this one upon looking at it, you could simply go back and choose a different one. So I've already kind of looked them over, and you should take the time to as well. So I'm just going to choose this one. I wanted you to know how to go back though. And we're going to select that style. And now it's going to ask us to click or drag files here to upload. Now at the bottom you'll see I have a file folder all ready to go with some images. Now you're limited to 15 when you do the free account. I didn't choose all 15 because quite honestly none of us want to watch that loading time. So one of the things that while this is loading we're going to talk about is the ability to multitask and not waste time. So because I'm a big fan of that, I'm going to lead by example a little bit here while this is loading and tell you that I'm doing this site for Kat because I don't want to be making fake websites for these tutorials. We've got 3 to 5 more tutorials we're going to be doing, which means there's an opportunity for Wozzle It member artists who do not have a website or want theirs remade completely to have me make and design that website for you. That way, when I'm doing the tutorials, I'm not wasting time by making fake websites, which seems to me rather dumb when I can maybe give back to you guys a little bit and create something for you. You would, of course, be responsible for the fees and the options, but the design itself would be something I would take care of for you. So if you're not a member, maybe you'll think about being a member if you need a website. And if you are a member who doesn't have a website, all you need to do is email me at contact@wozzleit.com. So as these finish loading, you'll see that it's fairly quick, and that is nice. I have not put large file sizes up here, but they're a decent size, and it's moving along pretty quickly. So in just a second, we're going to be done here. And literally, this is how fast it can be to upload your images, which is really nice. It's a very solid site and it moves very smoothly. Okay, they're loaded. We're going to hit continue. Now it's going to ask for some different information. Now, I'm not going to put in all of this because some of it is Kat's personal information, but we do need to talk about it. If you have a Twitter account, you would put that username in here, and we're also going to describe the work. And what I've done is I've used what would be considered keywords because usually these fields are always searchable. Acrylic, impressionistic, paintings. Those are the main takeaways here. And we're going to choose our country. And as much as I know that she'd probably like to live in a great place with nice weather, she's in the US and she's in Milwaukee. And then the categories are really diverse. There's all different things, and it even includes an other, which is very nice. Kat does painting, so we're going to go ahead and say painting. And something to be aware of, she does not do prints. So we would want to make this painting also. If you were a painter who did prints, you would want to be very clear on that. Don't have to put anything in for the other. My mischievous side says Japanese yen, but I'm not making it for myself, so we'll go with this. Now you can see that we've selected a layout, we've uploaded images, we've done about me, and we're almost ready to publish. We have a choice here to take a look now or continue building. The best piece of advice I can give you is to resist the urge to take a look now. It will cost you valuable time, and one of my big key things that I want to provide you is time-saving things. So no looking at this point. And I know that's hard to do, but we're just going to click on continue. So now we are at a dashboard, and you can see on the left-hand side we have all of our options for where we can go in our dashboard to do different things. but we're not completely set up yet. We're only about halfway there. What we want to do is just follow along all the way to the end. So we're going to add tags to your images. And this dialog box will come up. We don't want to skip that step. We want to add tags. Now we see that the images we uploaded are in our image area, and this section over here will be a little bit darker to let you know that's the area you're in. We're going to go into Quick Edit, and we're going to add in some information. We're going to put our size by width and height, but not in the centimeters unless that is how you are sizing things, which that's mostly an overseas thing as far as I know. And it's a painting. And we have a price. This would be where if you had an upgrade, you could add postage, the page you're adding it on, which we're adding everything to the home page right now. It is not framed, and we're going to go ahead and put a copyright on it. Now that is up to you. You don't have to do that. And this one is an abstract, so we're going to give it the keyword of abstract, and you'll see it autofills for you. And that's very nice because it saves you a ton of time. I'm just going to put in a couple, but you could put in 10, 12, really you could put in as many pertinent ones that you want, but they need to be things that people would really search for, so be careful in putting too many in. And because of these pictures being just the picture of the image of the top of the canvas, I'm going to add in here that it's a canvas gallery wrap. I could also add things like, commissions available in other color alternatives to meet your decorating needs. I could also add in here commissions available for alternative sizes. You want to give your viewers as many options as you can, so feel free to add those in. Now you'll see that the sold got clicked here. We want to unclick that because it's not sold. If it does sell, then you would go in and mark it as sold, and that's really nice to have your viewers see that you have sold art. That is actually something that does encourage people to buy more art, is that art has been sold in the past, or that person has sold. People like to know that there's value in the art that they buy. So definitely mark them as sold and feel free to leave them up. So we're going to just save our changes, go into the next one, and we're going to do all of the different things for the different pictures that we just did. I'm going to do one more for you, and then I'm going to quickly run through and just do a tag so that the tag section can be complete. But this should give you an idea of how this section works. So we have the medium, we have the size, putting in the price, it is not sold, and we want to add tags. And again, you can add your notes in here for other various things. And I'm simply going to click on Save Changes at this point. Now for the rest of these, I'm going to quickly just add in a tag. Oops, not a note. A tag. And save, because we've already done 2 examples, and honestly, I don't think you want to watch me do all kinds of tagging and pricing. We've gone through it once, and that should be sufficient. It is in this section the tag that completes this, and that's just the way that the tabs work in here, which I'll show you in a second. So if I start here, you can see that the tabs are going through until they end over in that section. So that's why ArtWeb says, well, this must be finished. You got to the tags, and notes are optional. And of course, you can mouse around to any spot that you want to go to and skip around. I tend to do that. Okay, so now we've tagged everything in here. One of the things I want to point out is that there's this yellow bar up here has a help, and it also has video that you can watch for extra information on each of these different things. So now we are at the add tags to your image on the lower left hand bar of your dashboard. We've already done that. So at this point we're going to skip it, and it might be something I'm missing, but every time I get done putting tags in, it asks me the next step to do add tags. So we're going to skip this because I have done it. And the next thing is to add an About Me page. We're going to go ahead and add the About Me. This Word document that I have has the About section in it, and I'm just going to simply copy and paste it. And that's it. The About Me is done. As simple as that, because I was prepared to add that in already. I didn't wait until I was at the website to just haphazardly type something in. Now from there we could add an image and we could sort them on this page. And there's also this advanced section, which is all about the metadata. Unless you know exactly what you're doing on this, I would not touch this section, because this all goes to searchability and how you show up in SEO. So again, unless you know what you're doing, just save changes and move on. So now we can see that it's working. And we can see that it's successfully updated, and we could view it, but no. We're going to resist the temptation, and we're going to go all the way through the setup first. We're going to invite people to our website next. Yes, invite. And in here, you can simply type in an email, first name, and a subject, which a lot of these autofill, not the name, obviously. And then you can change this note to any way that you want to. You'll also notice that I have my Grammarly plugin for Google running, and it says, hey, there's a mistake, and there is a typo in here, so we're going to fix that. And we're going to send the invite. As simple as that, I have now informed myself, actually, that this website has been created and that I'm telling myself, hey, come and visit. So it sends them, and then it takes me to a screen that shows me which invites have been sent. If I click on the invites again, then I can send more. I can share to Facebook very quickly on a page I manage and choose the right drop-down bar and just click share link. I can do the same with Twitter by just simply clicking it and tweeting it out with whatever account I'm logged into at the moment. I can also add more emails from there, and I can do Delicious and Stumbled Upon as well. So this gives you an idea of how to share it to your Twitter, share it to your Facebook, and by email. This is pretty extraordinary for a free website to have this much functionality, but we're not done yet. The next section is add comments. Remember, always look in the left-hand lower box, and it'll give you the next step. This wants to know if we want to allow comments. Yes, we want to go to the comment settings. Right now, no comments are allowed. I like to allow comments so long as I can moderate those comments. And I will never auto-approve for a previous author, because you never know what has happened in between your last communication and this one. So I like to look at the comments, and it's not that I want to control the comments. I'm not afraid of negative comments. What I am afraid of is spam, comments that have do not pertain to the website at all, or maybe they're just too personal. So I do like to look at them. And I also like people to prove that they're actually people. So I will leave that on. And while I know some people do get annoyed by having to do the CAPTCHAs, I think that it helps the functionality and the legitimacy of a website to make sure that you're not getting those spam comments. So I'm going to click Save Changes, and you can see we're getting pretty far here, 85%, and we're not that far into it. In fact, if I check, 19 minutes we've been recording, and we're 85% done. Next up, allow people to bookmark and share your website. Yep, we absolutely want to go to the bookmark settings. So here you have the option of having sharing buttons for Twitter, Facebook, Google, and Pinterest. I'm a big proponent of only do the ones you're actually going to stay on top of and monitor, and I'm pretty much all about Facebook and Twitter, so I'm leaving it at that. We can also add a bookmark bar to the website for delicious Reddit, stumbled upon, and dig. Again, do the ones you're going to stay on top of. These are not ones that Kat is going to, so we're leaving them blank. But we do want to make it easy for other people to bookmark them so it can be showing. And I don't know that I want to have it showing on every single image page because that might get kind of busy. But that's a personal decision on both of these. So we're going to save changes. And now we're going to add terms for buyers. So again, go to the terms and conditions. Do we accept checks? No. Maybe you will, and that's okay. Bank transfers? No. Accept bank transfers from overseas? No. Accept PayPal? Sure, why not? Next up, do we use a courier? That's again a personal choice. Delivery time, 2 weeks. That's kind of a long time depending upon where you're shipping to, but don't ever deliver past that date. 14 days might be safe. Anything more than that, unless it's a commission where you've clearly stated where it would be, time frame wise, 14 days is more than sufficient. Your max delivery time of 30 days, I think that the max should be set at the same amount as the 14. You shouldn't be going past that. International delivery, we're going to check to no. Accept other arrangements. Well, yeah, if they're local and want to pick it up, we can all save on shipping, and that's nice, and then you get to meet your collector, so there's nothing wrong with that. Your cancellation period, again, is a personal choice, but 14 days is acceptable to me because I do want people to be fully happy, and that means that they have seen the art in their home and they're fully happy. That's important to me. I would rather take a piece of artwork back than have somebody be unhappy. The customer service telephone number is something that Kat will be putting in later, and same with the email. It's important to understand you need one of these, preferably both of them. People need to know that you are a legitimate business and that they can get a hold of you. Having only one of these says, yep, you can get a hold of me. Having two says, I'm a little bit more legitimate. And it's a perception thing, so you should have both, but make sure you have at least one of them. Customer response time in days, I don't allow anything more than 24 hours. If you get a hold of me today, you are going to get some type of acknowledgement back from me within 24 hours. And then the other spot, if you have any other information you can put there that you'd like to add in, and submit. Okay, so now we've taken on and we've created all of that information. We've reviewed it, and we're going to submit it one more time. From there, you could go to edits and things, but let's just go to my website. That's really where you're going to maneuver from here. You can go to the website control panel, which is the dashboard we were looking at, or my website. We haven't gotten to look at this website yet. Maybe we should take a look at it. So you can see that the title or name is up here, which Kat's going to be changing that as soon as she gets a domain name. We're at the home screen now. We also have the About Me, and we have Contact. Now this is a very simple layout, but it does show you just how fast you can get a basic one-page website that allows people to see your art, and the extra information on it. And I'm looking for the one. There we go. There is the sunflower at the $135 price and the painting. And there's the contact for them to be able to get a hold of you with the CAPTCHA. And that is how quickly you can set up a very simple but still nice looking website for your artwork. I'm pretty excited at all of the different options that ArtWeb does allow for the artist to do at a very reasonable cost. I've done many of these websites for different artists and for myself, and I've used several different platforms. So far, on ease of use, this is absolutely the best. On the value for what you're paying, absolutely the best. those two things would have been enough for me. But the fact that you could help to generate an audience for yourself is even better. So I look forward to doing some of the more advanced pages on this and allowing and showing for how to have pages over here that equal out to actual series, more PayPal integration and having that buy it now option, and just all of the different things you can do to refine the site. But very simply put, this is the easiest website you can build to have that online presence and be able to send your audience somewhere to see your work with easy pricing. And by the way, we did that all in 25 minutes. I'd say that's pretty darn good.